everybody, and welcome to this video. This is going to be a video on this look that I have on right here, and I tried a bunch of new products and some like old, almost like barely used, like the eyeshadow palette. I've only used it like once or twice, so I wanted to pull it out and play with it a little more today. And then I have a couple of new products that I was testing out in this video, so if you guys want to see how I got this look and what products I was trying, then go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so let's just go ahead and jump into the makeup. And first I want to kind of like prep my skin, and then we'll go into the eyes while that kind of settles in. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with my Wet n Wild Primefocus Primer Serum and just apply this all over my face. This is just like a nice moisturizing primer to put underneath your makeup. Now I'm going to go in and apply my e.l.f. Putty Primer to the places where I have more pores. So basically like right around my nose and basically my T-zone pretty much. Alright, now I'm going to go in with this Catrice Slamatic Camouflage Stick in the shade Latte Macchiato. And I'm just going to use this to spot conceal underneath my foundation. So any places where you have a little bit of discoloration or redness, I'm just going to take this and just kind of cover those areas. So any place where I have like some dark spots or anything, or like even acne that's showing through, I like to just kind of cover it with this. I kind of just pat it in with my finger. Just make sure the edges are blended. Then I'm going to take this Catrice HD Baking and Setting Loose Powder in the shade Warm Nude. And I'm just going to set my T-zone and then the areas where we place that concealer very, very lightly. And I've been using my Blendiful for this because I swear it just like soaks it into my skin where it just looks so natural. So I've been loving my Blendiful for this. So I'm just going to take a little bit of powder right in the T-zone because that's where I do get oily throughout the day. So you just take it and just press it into the skin. You want a little bit also because again you don't want it to get super cakey since this is underneath the foundation. And I'm just going to take a little bit more on any of the areas that we had that we had covered with concealer. Alright, so now that our skin is kind of prepped for the foundation, I'm going to move on to the eyes. That way, if we have any fallout or anything, it's super easy to clean up. And then we'll move on to the face after that. So I'm going to go in with this bperfect Cosmetics and Stacey Marie Carnival XL Pro palette, and I've had it for a while, but I think I maybe used it like once, so I wanted to play around a little bit more with it today. Alright, and I did already go ahead and prime my eyes using the NYX HD Studio eyeshadow base, so those are ready to go. Now I think I'm going to start off with the shade Keen and just place that all through my crease. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Slow Burn. Take that on my outer corner and into the crease as well. And I think I want to make it like a smoky eye. So I'm going to take the shade Intuition and apply that all over the lid. Use a different brush. Get right up into the crease. And then go back in with that crease brush. So some fallout from that dark shadow, so you definitely, again, want to do this before your foundation just because it makes it super easy to clean up afterwards. I'm going to take a little, should I do it? I think so. Alright, now I'm going to take just a little bit of Lights Out, which is that black shade, and just kind of deepen this outer corner over here. Bring a little bit of depth. Alright, now I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and wipe up any fallout or anything. We'll clean up under the eye. Sharpen up the shadows. I'm just going to go in with a clean blending brush. Just really make sure those edges are nice and blended out. Now I'm going to go off camera really quickly and I'm going to put on some lashes and then we'll be right back to do the face makeup. Alright, so I just went ahead and applied some lashes. These are the Lashes in a Box number 31 lashes. And then I went ahead and applied a little bit of the ColourPop felt tip black liner. I think it's from the Becky G collection. Just did a little line on the top lash just to kind of help to like bring in the lashes. And then I did a little bit of tight lining on my upper lash line with the Milani Stay Put liner in black, and so I did get a little bit of transfer, but we'll add a little bit more when we finish our eyes, so it's fine. So now let's go ahead and move on to the foundation, and I'm really excited to try this foundation because I've heard some really good things about it. I don't think it's like a new foundation by any means, but I just recently started hearing about it, so I wanted to give it a try. I will say there are not a lot of shades in the foundation. I think like I'm like the darkest. If this even matches me, I'm probably like the darkest that it goes, which is like really terrible, so just beware. I'm at least in store. I don't know if they have like more colors online or anything. Alright, I just wanted to show you really quickly, this is their website, and you can see they have apparently 18 shades online, but the second and third to last shades are the two that I'm about to show you. So you can see the shade range is pretty terrible. There's literally one darker shade, and that's probably not even that dark. This is the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Full Coverage Foundation, and I do have two shades. I have the shade 1515 Golden Sand, and then 1516 Caramel. And caramel just looks like it might be like a little bit too neutral. So I'm going to first go in with Golden Sand and see, and if not, I'll just mix in a little bit of caramel. So let's go ahead and apply. And I'm actually going to apply it, and it has like a little doe foot. I'm going to apply it to my face and then blend it out with my blendable sponge. Voice over me again, pop it back in, just to let you know that I did try out this foundation again, and I worked with smaller sections. Like I kind of did like one cheek at a time, then my chin, then my nose, and blended out with a blendable, and it worked a lot better. So I just wanted to kind of give you that little disclaimer that you might want to work in smaller sections. You get like a better finish off of the foundation, like a fuller coverage off the bat, if that makes sense. I used this in, I think it was my last video at this point. And it's just the Tati Beauty Blendable, and I haven't really been using a lot of like cream foundations since that video. I've been doing a lot of powder, and it's worked so good for it, so I have been getting a lot of use out of the Blendable, especially for like my everyday go-to kind of just like quick powder foundation look. And I think that this foundation color should work. Very nice looking foundation. Let me build it up a little bit more in some areas. Look right here. Alright, so this is what the foundation looks like on its own. It definitely is like a medium buildable coverage. I think straight off the bat it's not like super full coverage, but you can definitely build it up to a full coverage. It's nice and smooth. It does have like a little bit of like a tackiness to it, so I definitely think that it's a foundation that you're going to need to set. But other than that, I mean, I think it looks really nice, and then we'll kind of just see how it wears throughout the day. So now I'm going to go in with my concealer. And I'm just going to take my Kylie concealer in the shade Amber that I've been using a ton and loving. I'm going to switch over to the e.l.f. Camo Concealer Sponge. Alright, now I'm going to take the col-lab Set the Stage powder in the shade Porcelain Ivory and set my under eyes. Alright, and then to set the rest of the face, I'm going to go in with this number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder. I have mine in the shade Medium. I'm just going to take some on the brush. It's supposed to be like a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury one. This is a nice powder. It's nice and smoothing. Super lightweight, nothing too heavy. Now I have these two like complexion quads from Starlit Studio. One is in the shade Cool Cat, which is like more pinky tones, and then one is in the shade Peachy Keen, which has deeper shades in it, and it also has like a really deep like bronzer in it. So first what I'm going to do is go in with my Morphe Glamabronze bronzer in the shade Megastar. I'm going to go in with the Peachy Keen one and take that like bronzer, which is super dark. I know it's a really dark bronzer. I'm going to use it to kind of like contour a little bit. Very, very lightly again because it's a super dark bronzer. Like I'm barely touching the pan. Go back in with that translucent powder, kind of carve underneath. Then I'm going to go into the Cool Cat quad. And I'm going to take that like mauve-y kind of blush, like this one right here, and apply that to the cheeks. Kind of like a mauve neutral. Oh, no, definitely mauve. I was about to say neutral until I put it on my cheeks. That's definitely has more of a pinker tone to it than I anticipated. So I'm gonna go into the Radiate palette from Sephora and take a little bit of that blush so I can kind of bring down the pinkiness just a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to take a little bit of setting spray. This is just a continuous setting mist from Morphe, just the original one. Now I'm going to go back into that Peachy Keen palette and take this bottom shade down here as my highlighter. Take a nice gold tone. Now let's go back into the eyes and finish those up. Alright, first I'm going to go in with that black liner. Make sure it's all along that waterline. Then I'm going to go in with that Intuition shade very, very close to the lash line and apply it like right up against the lash line. Pretty much like using this shade to smoke out the liner. Alright, then I'm going to go in with the shade Slow Burn and kind of blend that out at the edges. Bring the warmth down to the bottom lash line. Then also take that Keen shade into the inner corner as well. I love a yellow inner corner pop. Alright, I think I like it. Well, it's already done now, so it doesn't matter. Alright, and now finally I'm just going to finish off with the lips. So first I'm going to take this Morphe liner in, can you guess it, Sweet Tea. Then I'm going to take this ColourPop lippy stick in the shade, which one do I want to take? I think Dream Date. And then I'm going to finish it off with the Luxe Gloss in the shade Overnight. A pretty combo. Okay, do I like this? Am I satisfied? Alright, so this is the final look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think it came out really nicely. I like the way that that foundation is looking. It looks very like full coverage, especially once you have everything on top, like all the powders and concealers and everything. Looks really, really nice. I like that the way the eyes turned out from that Carnival XL palette. Obviously you can do a lot more colorful looks with it, but you can also do kind of like in between, like this is kind of colorful but kind of not that colorful. So yeah, I really like this lip combo as well, and it feels nice and smooth. I really like those ColourPop Luxe glosses. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me, and hopefully you guys are staying safe in this crazy world we're living in right now with all of this coronavirus pandemic, like quarantine stuff going on. It's crazy. Hopefully you guys are staying safe, and I appreciate you guys spending your time here on my channel, especially now because you could really be anywhere online because a lot of us are stuck at home and you guys chose to watch my channel, so I appreciate you so much. So hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.